know how they scout, then you have your people self-scout you the same way. And so, we wanted to be more play action under center. There were just certain things that we wanted to do that were the opposite maybe of what we've been doing. And so I wouldn't have kept track of that pitch count. But you're my gun tempo guy, so.
Welcome to Altitude After Dark. We're just hanging out here on a lovely Thursday night. Mike Sanford will join me in a second, but we're here for you, for your comments and your questions, and to preview the matchup with the Jacksonville Jaguars. So yeah, Mike Sanford will be here for a second. We're so here to chill out. Meanwhile, we have the Rams and the Seahawks going on. They're into the third quarter, 14-13 Seattle. So we'll keep tabs on that. The Nuggets are almost to halftime. They were down by a bunch, and they have made a nice little comeback, and that's almost at halftime. But we're here primarily to talk about the Broncos and the Jags. And like I said, get your comments and anything you want to say, throw it in the comments, and we'll get to as many as we possibly can. So just want to make sure things are set. Yeah, the comments are ready so you can see them. And let me tell Sanford we're going live. We were originally going to be at 8:30, and come on in. And Mike wanted to go at 8 o'clock. So I was like, sure, no problem. That's how loose it is here. Some kind of good news for the Broncos, I guess. It looks like they're relatively healthy, which is good. Just getting an update on the injury report. Okay, here we go. Let's see here. Limited was John Franklin Myers. Okay. Ben Powers is limited, and they cut Calvin Throckmorton. So my guess is that Powers is very close to coming back. Meanwhile, Luke Wattenberg full, Kareem Reed full, Mims full, McGlinchey full. Everybody's good, including Pat Bryant and RJ Harvey. So Broncos in really good shape going into this game, and they added Cody Schrader. Now, I was a huge fan of the possibility that Cody Schrader was in some sort of conspiracy theory sort of move. A little scat back, 5'8", about 200 pounds, something like that. He has one carry for 3 yards in his career in the NFL. And he was on the Jags for the vast majority of the year. He was let go a couple weeks ago. The Texans picked him up. He was only with the Texans for 5 days. When they let him go, they would have put him on the waiver wire. Now, you don't know who's going to put a claim out on the waiver wire. So it is within the realm of possibility that the Broncos thought the Jaguars might put a claim on him. But even that doesn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense. Like, I guess if you go unclaimed, yes. If you go totally unclaimed, you become a free agent and you could go back and sign. Because maybe Jacksonville would have wanted to put him back on their practice squad, let's say. Instead, the Broncos claim him and put him on the 53. It doesn't make a ton of sense with RJ Harvey appearing to be good to go. It would make more sense if, I don't know, if you needed that depth help. My guess is that Cody Schrader is on the 53, but he will not dress. And you'll just carry 4 running backs. I guess. I suppose that's the way it will go. But, I'm into conspiracy theories, and tomorrow on PhD, we're going to have the guy that did the podcast and from his mom's basement in Jacksonville who put that out there in the first place because, I don't know, why not? It's fun. It's a Friday. In terms of other Broncos news today, pretty quiet overall. Alex Singleton won the 2025 Ed Block Courage Award. That's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, like, my goodness gracious. To be diagnosed with testicular cancer and to have the surgery and to miss, what do you miss? A week, 2 weeks, maybe? Something like that. I mean, barely any time. So congratulations to Alex Singleton. We'll get to that. I'm kind of waiting on the numbers for Coacher to join us, as I think Jacksonville is, I think they're the most underestimated, least talked about, really, really good playoff team. I think nobody gives a crap about them. Sean Payton pointed out, like, the market size was a factor in terms of, nobody really watching them. Let me give you a preview of what Jacksonville is all about. We're brought to you by Journey Spice. So we'll get to that with Sean Payton here in a second. Journey Spice is available at Amazon.com using the code Get Spicy, and you can save 10% off of all products using the code Get Spicy at Amazon.com. I love what Ann Rosa, a couple of local yokels, have done with Journey Spice. New machinery to make things roll. Incredible dishes that they're laying out. And if you go to their website and check them out at Amazon.com, you can see the amazing variety of things that you can do with Journey Spice. And this is just a relatively small sample with all sorts of incredible spices. We love you, Journey Spice, no doubt about it. So we'll get into Journey Spice here in a little bit. So make sure you check it out. And it makes an amazing holiday gift. Thank you, Journey Spice. I see Coacher on the line here. So let's get him in. My man. DMac.
It's the week of
Duval. Oh, I just had something quirky happen. I'm going to have to, this is going to take a second. I just got to kind of reboot for a second. So just hang here. I swear to God, just hang out. Don't do anything, but we'll be right back. Hang on a second. We got to reload.
Duval.
And there we go. Told you it's going to take a second. How you doing tonight, Coacher? What's going on?
I'm doing great. Just got done with filming my CBS Saturday Night Football Blitz.
Nice.
With Romy Bean, and she's the best.
She is the best.
She's a real homie, real one.
No doubt.
And things are good, man. Just looking forward to this week. College football playoff starts tomorrow night. Like, kind of a sweet little kickoff for it.
Crazy.
Good, really good Thursday night football game going on right now.
Yeah.
A little bit sloppy, but like highly contested, really impactful football game.
Weird game. I was out. My younger son, who lives in Boulder, school's done. They're done with school. He passes classes barely, but he passes classes. C's get degrees, my friend. That's where we're at these days.
Been there.
And he doesn't have to come home. He's got an apartment in Boulder. So his roommates are from Washington, the state of Washington, and California. So they're both like headed home. But for him, it's just like, I don't know. I don't care. Like, so he came home, and we were grateful to see him. And we don't know when he's like going to be home or not. It's
right.
Like one of those situations. So
yeah,
he was at home.
You're kind of in a completely different headspace and world. I mean, it's different, right? It's different than having him under you. Yep. How many years has he been out of high school?
Oh God. He's 23 and a half. So, okay. I mean, five and a half years. Yeah. Listen, man,
was he an issue?
No. That's my older son. My older son. And he went to college for 5 years too, went through a graduate program. And
I was a 5-year jet.
Did you know that he was actually on an athletic scholarship? My older son.
Yeah, Northern Colorado.
No. He was too. Well, it's baseball, so it's all partial.
Yeah.
This, partial that.
Right.
No. My older son was on a full academic athletic scholarship his last year of college. Can you guess why?
No.
Do you know, like, the CU Pep Club? What are they called? CU something, whatever that is.
Yeah.
Well, at Arizona State, it's called the 942 Crew.
Yes.
They take that club so seriously.
It's a big deal.
They give the student director of the club a full scholarship.
That's
academic
awesome.
full scholarship, full ride academically, and technically because it's in the athletic department, his scholarship was an athletic scholarship to run the pep club, basically the 942
That's
group.
so cool.
And you say, well, that seems ridiculous, but it really is. They have marketing deals with big time companies. Yes, they do the wall of the curtain of distraction. Arizona State was at a point, Mike, and this is a good step for a lot of schools, that the students weren't coming out to support the sports. I mean,
Right.
Not even the big sports like football and basketball. So they established this 942 thing, and it got huge for football and basketball, which was great. But they also support swimming, diving, volleyball, hockey, women's tennis, all that sort of stuff. Maybe you could speak on that as a coach a little bit. And we can go towards the Broncos and what we have going on. But the involvement of the fans and how much the fans mean.
It's a lot.
And Sean
It
Payton
means
has
a
talked
lot,
a lot
man.
about that.
Yeah, it really means a lot. It means like when you you can feel it when things are going really well on a football field, but also in your community, whether it be a collegiate community, a high school community, or I mean, really at the end of the day, like a pro sports community is basically the community of Denver and the state of Colorado, the Mountain West community, right? The Mountain States, if you will, the Rocky Mountain region. It's pretty special when you know it's different and it's right. And what I do like that Sean Payton, it might be a little bit strange for him to kind of coach up the crowd a little bit, but I like it because you know what shows it. What Sean Payton's doing by even telling the crowd here at Empower Field, hey, be loud when the other team's huddling.
Yeah.
Don't just be loud at the line of scrimmage. You know what he's doing? He is giving the locals efficacy that they matter. Like they have an impact on the outcome of the game. And guess what? I'll say it. They do. They do. Collectively, they do.
What we've seen locally, teams can hang with the Broncos for the first half. Into the third quarter, they're fine. But we have seen this incredible discrepancy, Coach, in the fourth quarter with the Broncos and their opponents, and significant at home as well. I think the crowd is a huge part of it. But I also think the Broncos have figured out there's a way to wear these teams down. Have you seen that as well?
I have. You know, it's an interesting deal because I think some of it, obviously, at home, it's the altitude. I think that Empower Field and the way it's constructed, you know, when you're up on the upper deck, I went and took the kids to a couple games in 2022 season, 23, and then, you know, I just bought the cheapest tickets possible. Just, you know, family of 5, not easy to get in there and, you know, and sit right there 20 rows up. Like you're up there and you feel that stadium is like, it's kind of rickety, right? Like it is kind of, it's made out of some materials that make noise when there's movement and volume and loudness and stomping and you kind of feel it when you're up there in the upper deck. You know, I think the Broncos, they feed off the fan base. I think the fans create a legitimate home field advantage. The altitude jumps on your back as a visiting team, and so much of the NFL outside of the Raiders and the Arizona Cardinals are frankly sea level, or within 400 feet of sea level. So there's that.
Yeah. I mean, Jacksonville, I think Jacksonville's highest elevation is 70 feet, something like that. Yeah. I mean, that's at the highest. Yeah.
No. And, but I also think, you know what I think it also is in terms of the fourth quarter, this wearing out of another team. It's the maturity of this team, right? It's the connectedness of this team. Like it's the no drama training camp that we talked about for the entire month of July and into August.
Yeah.
It's the experience of Sean Payton. Like he's not going to make maybe some rookie mistakes that a Duval might make on Sunday. Right? Like even Matt LaFleur. Like I think Matt LaFleur is a good coach. I think he's smart. But when you look at him and you see him, you know, with this really cool haircut and he's got his perfect lines and everything. And you know, you're like, is that guy, is he anywhere nearly as seasoned as Sean Payton is. Not even close, man.
No.
Not even close. And you know who that rubs off on? Rubs off on Bo Nix. Rubs off on the offense. It rubs off on situational football. And this team's just kind of machine-like. I think. I think the personality is Bobot, right? Of the quarterback, but the entire operation feels very like it's like a machine-like process of just wearing down an opponent, not losing games, and kind of allowing the opponents to lose the football game. And that's what we've seen in most of these games.
All right. How did Sean and Bo get over whatever midlife crisis they were having together in the middle of the season? How do you think they did it?
It's pretty clear. You've been at the Lone Tree, Colorado location of Altitude Sports Radio station.
Yes.
Is that Anne-Marie Sanford knew that the timing was impeccable. And she bought herself the St. Sean of Narcissus candle. The candle and the grotto that burns it for 2 hours a day, Monday through Friday, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And ever since then, that offense has looked pretty good. It looks pretty peaceful.
If people don't know that story, why don't you refresh and recap what that story actually is and why you guys did that?
It was
really funny.
The bottom line, DMac, is it was getting a little hot, man. Like I was, as a coach, I can tell when things aren't right, or at least I think I can tell. Like I'm not going to say that I know, but there's a sixth sense that I possess because I've lived it in high stakes college football levels. Notre Dame, Stanford, Boise State, Minnesota, Big Ten football. Like I know what stress and pressure feels like. I know when the media is trying to dissect every aspect of interpersonal relationships. And so I can kind of tell when things just aren't right. The back-to-back of, it was Texans at Houston, a great win. Right now it's turning out to be a phenomenal win. But at the time, that was gross, man. The offense was bad. Bo was just, and then the next week, of course, 4 days later, was the offensive just dumpster fire for both teams, but for
the Raiders,
Las Vegas Raiders at Empower Field.
Yeah.
And I knew there was wind, all that stuff. It just looked like head coach and quarterback weren't vibing. So both weren't vibing in terms of play calls and how the quarterback was playing the game. It didn't look like they were vibing on the sideline. And frankly, some of the comments that were being made both in the media from Sean and Bo, but also from some of Sean's biggest confidants in the national media, named Chase Daniel and Colin Cowherd, that week that followed a victory. I was like, is this thing gonna implode? The relationship? Is the blame shifting gonna start happening? And so Anne-Marie and I were in downtown Littleton. We've moved down here in the last 3 months, and we're at this really, really quaint downtown Littleton little, we'll call it like a odds and ends kind of fun general store. And Anne-Marie finds this unbelievable rack of like themed candles, and a lot of the candles had that Dia de los Muertos feel to it, right? Like
yes,
Mexican saint candles. And we find the perfect one, and it was Sean Payton, basically in saintly robe garbs with an illuminated light on top of them. And I said,
perfect.
You know what?
You got to have it.
Now I had to have it. I wanted a Bo Nix candle at the time, but I'm like, you know what? It's all good. And so we brought it in the station. It's been in the studio since the Monday following. Actually, sorry. I think there was a lot of chaos Friday, Saturday, Sunday about the Bo Sean dynamic. I was kind of spinning it up on this station. You and I are looking into it. And, I was like, I had an epiphany. I was like, after the weekend, we get the candle. I'm like, you know what? We're going to put some good vibes into the air, man. We're going to throw some solid St. Sean of Narcissus. And we found out that he's the patron saint of narcissism. And ever since then, it's just been like a grotto at Notre Dame, and I coached there, and there'd be times after a game that didn't go well that I'd go down to the grotto and light a candle and say a prayer.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
That's what I feel right. We've done for Sean Payton. St. Sean and Narcissus has been pretty good addition.
There's been some football things too, by the way. They are under center more. The
statistics are pretty significant on that.
Yeah, why don't you talk about that and why that's making such a big difference?
Well, I think it makes a big difference because Sean Payton's he's trying to find good, easy completions for Bo. He's trying to marry the run game and the pass game. And Bo Nix is a known commodity as a quarterback that does a great job throwing on the run or giving the illusion of a bootleg and then pulling up, setting his feet and launching the football down the field and design shot plays. The problem is that that's harder to accomplish from the shotgun. And the run game is not nearly as, I would say, not nearly as downhill when you're playing in the purely in the shotgun. And I get it. Like I ended up calling, I bet this year, I was probably about a 20%, even at the high school I coach at, I was probably 20% under center, but man, the play actions and the bootlegs and the nakeds from under center just hit different, brother.
Okay.
And because it just, the linebackers see it. Even nowadays, like seeing somebody under center, even like the high school and college level, it's like, what are you doing?
Right.
Are you guys running the veer or the Columbine Andy Lowry slide of hand offense? I'm like, no, just bro style football, baby. Ever seen it? I'll show you some old footage from the 80s and 90s to show you what it looks like. But the linebackers and safeties are like, woo, and it's like a tractor beam, and they just get downhill in a hurry. So it gets you downhill in the run game. Then, of course, the shot plays over the top are really, really good. I'll say this.
Yeah.
Bo looked uncomfortable under center last year.
Okay.
Just flat out looked uncomfortable. You know how I can tell, the buzzword everybody lazily just throws out there is like he needs to work on his footwork. Like footwork is such a broad, like there's run game footwork, there's drop back footwork, there's bootleg footwork, there's how you manipulate the pocket once you've gotten to the top of your footwork. You could talk for 11 hours about every aspect of footwork and developing it. So it's not quite as linear as everybody says, like, oh, his footwork's not very good. Oh, his under center footwork stinks. You know what? I'd just say he didn't look comfortable under center. In the way that I could see it, he wasn't efficiently getting away from center. So that means like you have to get used to the timing. And if you haven't lived in under center football, you got to get used to the timing of taking the snaps, pushing off with your up hand, riding the center while you're driving backwards away from the center. And so there's kind of this push and pull that's occurring in real time. And Bo Nix did not look comfortable with that. And I'd say like earlier in the year, I felt like Sean Payton was almost like he was replacing some of the under center run game with some shotgun quick screen crap. And it sucked. It was gross. I didn't like it. Like it was too much volume. Like it's okay if it's a change up, but when it's 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 snaps of like quick screens and now screens and bubble screens and swing screens, it's just ineffective because guess what defenses just say? You know what? As long as we have an edge to the defense and we filter everything back inside by creating leverage from outside in, we're going to be able to kind of deal with that pretty easily. This is a much more like, have you noticed the screen game's gotten better and more efficient since they've stopped screening all the time?
Absolutely.
Because it's a good change up now. It's a great change up, right? So
yeah, and Sean Payton admitted he was embarrassed by the game plan for the Raiders on that Thursday. He said it. So obviously something had to change. Their relationship has evolved better. The game plan has evolved better. Listen, man, it's about compromise and figuring each other out. What is obvious, though, that has happened is that Bo, which is awesome, is just processing everything a lot quicker. If anybody saw the Kirk Cousins video, which is kind of going around today, there's a lot going on. Yeah. But
and that's,
you know what?
Like that's even kind of simplified, to be really honest.
Sure. I'll tell you this. If you want to be great at anything in life, part of the battle is figuring out what you don't have to do. Because when you take away all the things that are unnecessary, it really, can simplify things. And even things that are complicated can happen way quicker if you know what you don't have to bother with. And I think a lot of young players, and especially quarterbacks, coach, they drink from a fire hose. And I think it takes a different amount of time for certain quarterbacks to get to a comfortability level. I think that's why Sam Darnold looks so much better now. Trevor Lawrence, and we'll get into him, looks so much better now. You got to have the right coaches too. Baker Mayfield looks better now. It's a lot to assume that you're all of a sudden everybody's going to develop the exact same so quickly in the NFL. Come on, Mike, that's preposterous. Only about 15 guys in the world really do that job really, really well, right?
Yeah, and I agree right here with our good friend Dennis here that Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos are on a journey with Spice, and I agree wholeheartedly. I see what you did there, and I love it, Dennis. Yeah. I mean, I understand, DMac. What you're kind of getting at here is I really broke it down. The 2024 quarterback draft class, the first round draft class, and even if you go a little bit deeper, I mean, there's some quality players even further on in that draft class, but if you did a 2-year sample size, all right, of those 6 quarterbacks, and I had my very strong takes of who were the best quarterbacks in that draft class.
You spent a lot of time with that class. You did everything that year.
And a couple things have dawned on me about this whole thing. Obviously, there's the nature part of who they are as a player, as a raw talent, as an athletic talent, but then also like body type. Do they look like somebody that can withstand what the NFL is going to do to your body? Are they a guy that has an injury history? And, frankly, I fell head over heels in love because I coached against them, and I coached against Bo, and I coached against Caleb Williams. I coached against Jaden Daniels, and, earlier in his career. I fell head over heels in love with Michael Penix Jr. because of the arm talent. Wow. Because I saw him and I'm like, oh. And I just said, in my own mind, I'm like, screw the injury history. He'll be fine. Like, that's you.
Unfortunately.
And it's not.
Yeah.
It's not. And Jaden Daniels, you see him, you look at him, you're like, he'll be fine, man. He'll be good. He's an athlete. He's smart. But right now, if you were to do a re-rank of, say, rookie of the year, you do rookie of the year, but now do it on a two-year sample size and take every bit of the rookie years for these quarterbacks. And after the rookie year, what was the ranking? Let's give it. Jaden Daniels, clearly number 1 in my opinion, right?
Yeah.
Because he got to the NFC Championship game as a rookie. Bo Nix was number 2.
Probably.
And number 3 was Caleb Williams, but a pretty distant number 3. And then break it down however you want to. I mean, Drake May number 4, team that, I don't know, Caleb Williams might have been 4. Either way, right? 3 or 4.
Yeah.
And then 5 and 6 would have been, 5 was Michael Penix Jr., 6 was JJ McCarthy.
Because he was hurt. Yeah. Yeah.
So let's go back and let's see what happened this year. If you took just the second year, if we're looking just at the sophomore years, man, what did they do? Who's number 1 right now?
Dude, you'd be an idiot to not put Bo Nix number 1 because there are numbers that are piling up as I'm kind of looking for them. It's kind of crazy what kind of numbers he's putting up. Like historic numbers in terms of wins, throwing
22 wins in his first 2 seasons, and he's got 3 to play.
Yeah, how about this one? With 244 passing yards plus 2 touchdown passes, Bo Nix becomes the 3rd player in NFL history with 3,500 passing yards and 25 touchdowns in each of his first 2 seasons, joining Peyton Manning and Justin Herbert. There are stats and numbers that eventually do matter if we're going to have this conversation. Bo Nix,
I'd say year 2, DMac, is very clearly it's the top 2 are fudge. The top 3 are so clearly defined in terms of those 3 guys are the top 3, and then after that, it is a dumpster fire of damaged goods. If we're calling a spade, the top 3 are in whatever order. For our sake, let's say Bo Nix 1 because he's 1 in the 4th quarter. I mean, Drake May was phenomenal. He was like dang near a front runner for the MVP a week ago before he couldn't win a 4th quarter game, and he still hasn't, like Bo Nix has time and again. And then Caleb Williams, man, he's been phenomenal in the 4th quarter.
Absolutely.
Like his stats aren't great, but he's winning football games.
Yeah, and that matters. Yeah.
And it matters. And then Michael Penix Jr. out, maybe never will play again. JJ McCarthy has been in and out of health after being out of health all year last year. And then JJ's had some of the worst games, and he's had some really fun. Like, he looks kind of fun and good, and like there's good stuff there. And then of course, Jaden Daniels looks like he's He looks like he's about to break at all times, man.
I agree. And, I've been watching Jaden Daniels since he was a freshman at Arizona
He's
State.
awesome.
And yeah, he is, but he's always been like absurdly skinny. And I mean, he is like well developed now compared to when he was 18, 19 years old. I mean, that was like, boy, talk about a guy that looks like he's going to break. So again, to what you're saying about the physical nature of things, and I do want to turn to this game and Trevor Lawrence. And by the way, I should point out, since week 13, Bo Nix has a 70.9% completion percentage, which ties him with Josh Allen over that time. So you have a guy who's durable, who's winning in the fourth quarter, who's winning from coming behind, who is comfortable in running the ball, who is appearing to be a great teammate, who does appear to, whatever was going on with the relationship with Sean Payton, it certainly seems fine now. As far as I can tell, it seems fine now. So, and listen, I'm not trying to down talk Drake May, but I mean, frankly, Bo Nix has just been by a little bit better recently, for sure.
He also has done something that Drake May hasn't done, and that's Drake May has not won a football game for his team.
That is
in
true.
The fourth quarter, not once, and he had an opportunity to do it against. I mean, did you watch when Drake May possessed the football right before the Broncos played the Packers? We were watching the end of that Bills Patriots game, and where was that game, DMac? That game was
in New England. It was there. Yep.
Gave up the lead, and then what did Drake May look like in the fourth quarter when he had a chance? I think it was twice to win the football game against Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. It looked like it was way too big for him.
Looked a little scared to me. Scared at the moment.
Like, we've seen bad Bo, we've seen meh Bo, but we haven't seen scared Bo.
No.
We haven't seen overwhelmed Bo. We haven't seen end of game, the moment looks too big for it, Bo.
Not yet.
We saw that with Drake, and that's who he is. It's who he is right now. Until he changes it.
Well, let's go ahead.
Go ahead. Just like Bo Nix for me was all right, good, solid player. Throws the ball behind the line of scrimmage. Can he go out and can we get a real laser show up against a good team? Check. Got it. Against the Green Bay Packers. Got it.
Well, I think, and I'll see what you think, and we'll go through the numbers with Jacksonville. I think this is an even tougher test. And I'll lay it out here in a second. You might disagree, but we'll have that conversation about Trevor Lawrence. Hang on just 1 second.
There's a world of flavor out there, and to find it, you have to take the journey. Journey Spice Company handcrafts the most premium spice and seasoning blends that have no sugar, no salt, are certified USDA organic, non-GMO, vegan-friendly, and always planet-friendly. You are going to love serving amazingly delicious creations while knowing you helped reduce single-use plastics. Make sure to search for Journey Spice Company on Amazon today.
Thank you to Journey Spice. Use the code GETSPICY and save yourself 10%. We'll go through some of their recipes here in a little bit. Did you just see the no-look
Stafford and Nakua looks so good right now, man.
It was a freaking it was a head is one way, eyes are a different way. So it was a run. It was a called run with a little design pop pass off of it. Dude, Puka Nakua, for all the crap that's going on in his life, his brother's a freaking Grand Theft Auto freaking he's bringing in, blinged out cleat carriers, and he's in the media so much. That guy's on a generational run of receiver play right now. He is so freaking good. They just
put up they're trying to talk to him.
They just put they put a 30 burger up on Seattle and
in Seattle
pretty comfortably with like 14 minutes to go in the game. Hey, you never know. I mean, it's in Seattle. Sam Darnold's been pretty good, so I wouldn't say it's over. But I mean, they score so ruthlessly, efficiently, without making mistakes. It is intimidating. And yes, Puka Nakua decided not to do a touchdown celebration that was suggested to him that he had to apologize for earlier today. So he just scored a touchdown and celebrated with his teammates, and that's the right thing to do. And we'll just leave it there for Puka Nakua.
Just for all the people back at home, real quick, there's some helmet questions.
Oh, all right. Give it to us.
There's the Stanford Cardinal helmet right
Cardinal.
there. Okay,
That's right.
that's the one.
There you go.
That's the one.
That's a good one.
Over that shoulder. Yep, good helmet. Andrew
Yeah.
Luck said that he doesn't really enjoy. And then the CU one obviously is in the middle, and then this is the most recent edition, which is pretty cool.
Oh, you got which? Did you get that? Did you buy that?
Yeah, they gave it to us. Oh,
get out of here.
It was our decor on Radio Row, and they told us that we all could leave with one. USA paid for these,
Come on.
How cool is that, man?
I didn't know you got one of those. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, I want to look at the Jags by the numbers here, and we start with the offense. We gotta get rid of some of the comments and things here. So let's Duval. We get that going. We get
that. And I'll
get this going. Okay. And let me do one more thing. So we're excited about this.
Duval.
When you look at their offense,
did Liam Cohen look like a total weirdo, like almost like borderline deformed at that point in time? And now
Duval.
Liam Cohen's like a dog, man. He looks like a dang supermodel. He's confident. He's got a little more confidence. He's leaned up. He's kind of chiseled.
He looks good.
He's living that good life, man.
All right, talk to me about what you see when you look at the offense comparison here. What stands out to you?
It's another fairly close comparison of two offenses that are.
There's one big difference, that's for sure. I guess it's more of a thing.
The biggest difference I would say, obviously, is the sacks allowed, right?
Okay, all right.
Yeah, sacks allowed to me. Denver Broncos have given up 17, and I saw there was a really cool nose picker stat that I got today, and ironically, the first two acronyms is NPR, as in nose picker rate. It's really for negative play rate percentage.
Okay.
And Bo Nix right now is the sixth best quarterback in the National Football League with mitigating negative plays. And the stats combine your sack percentage as a quarterback per drop back, your interception percentage, and your fumble percentage at the quarterback position. Bo Nix is the sixth best quarterback. And ironically, the other five guys around him, 6-7 guys around him, are all older, immobile quarterbacks that realize they have to play clean football or they have no chance because they're not athletic enough to make big plays. They can't make the second play. We're watching one of them today. Matthew Stafford's up there in the top 7. Jared Goff's in the top 7. Joe Flacco's in the top 7. Just guys that just realize that if I throw a bunch of picks, take a bunch of sacks, and fumble the football, like I'm basically worthless, right? I'm worthless. I can't move. Bo was the only guy that was an athlete in that crew. Guess who was number 20 in the nose picker rate or negative play rate percentage? It was
Trevor Lawrence.
Number 20 in the National Football League. Guy gets sacked, he gets hit, and he turns the football over.
Well, okay. Let me roll this past you. Do you define a quarterback in terms of his entire history or his recency? Meaning, you go on recency? I do too.
Until you get to the playoffs. And playoffs, it's kind of like, all right.
Okay. All right.
Well, who are you?
Would you agree there won't be a smaller visiting fan base at Empower Field than the Jacksonville Jaguar fan base?
Oh, anytime I go to my local Buffalo Wild Wings, all I see, man, no matter what part of the country I've lived, is just people decked out in Mark Brunell throwback jackets.
Yeah, right. Okay, all right. We're on the same page here.
Listen, DMac, I've been to Jacksonville I coached in the Gator Bowl. I've recruited Jacksonville. I don't know if I've ever seen a Jaguar fan when I was in Jacksonville. I don't know if they exist.
There may be a stray Tony Baselli shirt bumping around Pearl Street Mall from where he's from up in Boulder, but that's likely likely his mom or his dad that still lived there. This is what I'll say about Jacksonville when I look at these numbers. It's easy to write off Jacksonville because for a couple of reasons. First of all, it's Jacksonville and nobody takes them seriously. They don't care about them. Second of all, Trevor Lawrence has had a checkered past. It hasn't been smooth. Third of all, they have played some dog crap opponents, sort of. recently.
And they're kind of in a dog crap division at the
And
end.
they're in a dog crap division. What is scary, Coach, when I was watching the past couple of games of the Jaguars, and I get you, it's against the Colts with, Daniel Jones getting hurt, and it's against the Jets who, are terrible. However, you got to realize the Jaguars ended those games, Coach, in the first half.
Yeah.
They ended those games in the first half. And when you look at the mechanics, the weapons they have, and how Trevor Lawrence looks recently, it's pretty impressive.
Okay, who are the weapons that actually scare you against this Broncos defense that Trevor Lawrence has?
Well, I mean, you won't
you.
care about Parker Washington, for example, in the slot, but he is something to deal with. I'm telling you, Estime, absolutely not Estime, ATN. Sorry, yes.
Did you catch that Sean Payton in his press conference yesterday called him ATM as an automated teller machine?
That's
ATM.
Pretty good, actually, if he's doing that on purpose.
Really good.
He is something. He is a Christian McCaffrey-like back who is as effective catching the ball as he is running the ball. He has almost 1,000 yards, and I don't know if people would realize that or not. Well, look at his yards right there, brother. Look at his yards. That's pretty impressive. Brian Thomas is good. And of course, they just got Jacoby Myers.
Yeah, Jacoby Myers has been a big addition. DMac, I don't know if you saw this particular statistic. Since Jacoby Myers has joined this roster it was week 10. So let me pull it up right here. So in week 10, the Jacoby Myers acquisition happened. Trevor Lawrence is essentially on a kind of a next level trajectory and ascent in terms of just finding his way, and he has been unbelievable. He leads the National Football League since week 10 in a multitude of stats. D-Man.
I know.
It's not like Jacoby Myers is like, he's not Justin Jefferson, right?
No.
I'm not implying that, but since week 10, like let me give you these numbers. So like what are we in right? Is this what week are we in right here?
15.
Okay. My ProNFL.com, I had it earlier. It's I have the wrong account up here. So the numbers are touchdown passes, passing yardage, and QBR, number 1 in the National Football League since week 10. And like you look at the overall stat line for Trevor Lawrence, it's kind of like,
Right.
And I will say this, Liam Cohen and the Jaguars and even Trevor Lawrence were kind of I think they were trying to force, for the first however many weeks, they were kind of trying to force the Travis Hunter narrative.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
It almost made them a little, they kind of got neutered a little bit. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is interesting.
I hate to say that because
Myers got signed today.
He got what today?
He got long term. He got a 3-year deal with the Jags.
I get it. I mean, I totally get it.
That happened today. Yep.
All right. Well, see, then now you're helping me a little bit with my argument. I didn't know those numbers. That's really impressive. And when you look at the mechanics of Trevor Lawrence, listen, this dude is huge, okay? And he is as agile as a runner as Josh Allen.
No, he can move now.
He can move.
But he also gets his freaking he gets his lips knocked off too now.
Okay. Not recently, but okay.
I know.
Okay.
Do you remember that hit a year ago?
Aziz Al-Shire? All right, listen. What are we doing this week when we look at this game? Are we judging Trevor Lawrence on?
We're looking at recent football.
Okay, well, he hasn't been touched recently.
You're right. You are right.
Okay, so if we're doing a history lesson, that's something else. If we're looking at the past month or even 3 weeks, which is more important, that's who we're playing against. We're not playing against Trevor Lawrence history. We're playing against Trevor Lawrence now. And I'm telling you, in my opinion, he is as good as right now. When the Broncos are playing him now, he's as good as any quarterback, if not better than any quarterback they faced when they had to face them that week. Right now. That's my hot take on Trevor Lawrence.
Is Trevor Lawrence going to be good in this game, in your opinion?
I'll be shocked if he's not.
Adam Power Field against this defense. He's been sacked 32 times this year, and he's now facing the number one pass. Or sorry, that's their defense. Okay, go ahead.
I'll put this up here so we can look at it. And I want to point something out that's a little misleading with the Jaguars, okay? They're number one in rushing defense. Well, one of those reasons, and look where they are in passing defense. So you'd say, oh, they're terrible against the pass. No, actually, they're not. Because look at the takeaways, Mike. 26 takeaways, tied for second. And Sean Payton said their corners, their secondary can catch.
In the backfield.
And they are plus 10 overall in giveaway takeaway. The Broncos, stunningly at 12-2, are -2, which is bizarre. I'll give you another really weird one that you got to keep in mind. They've got Cam Little, who has the record for
Go back to that.
Which one?
Special team stats, man.
Okay.
Golly, so typically what gets special teams coordinators fired typically is penalties on special teams.
Yeah.
Look at these two units, man.
Unbelievable. I was about to go.
Oh,
there.
no,
Okay.
That's penalties for the whole team. Sorry.
That's the whole team, not special teams.
Yeah. Sorry.
They actually have a couple of good punt returners, by the way. Allen, and they sometimes use Parker, that other guy there. Sorry, I'm forgetting his name.
How about Darren Rizzi's unit has kind of trended towards at least the median in the National Football League.
Been better. Much
especially
better.
After a really, really, really bad start.
But yes, the stunning thing for both these teams, 31-32 in penalties committed. Sloppy. So there's sloppiness with these teams. But what I wanted to point out, first of all, Cam Little has the record 68. He hit a 70-yarder in preseason. Will Leon Cohen take some chances, some weird chances? We talked to Chris Bianchi today of 9 News. Supposed to be 50, sunny, kind of nice, like good, not overly windy on Sunday. Good weather for kicking. I'm bringing this up because one of the more interesting things to watch is going to be Cam Little's pregame warm-up. And now I'll tell you this, Coach, a lot of kickers in Denver try that 65 to 70-yard field goal once or twice in their warm-ups. I can't wait to see what Cam Little brings out of his bag in terms of what chances they may take. And I'm bringing this up because I think it's going to be a close game. I do. And it does seem that Sean Payton is a little adverse to taking chances on long field goals because he's afraid of, a block kick or some sort of wacky return or whatever. And I do wonder if Duval is going to take chances that Sean Payton wouldn't in that department with a kicker who may have the best leg in the NFL.
Yeah, that's gonna be a very interesting. I don't think this game's gonna come down to kicking.
Okay,
I think
talk to me.
This game feels like it's gonna be somewhat of Sean Payton and Bo Nix going in with the same mentality that they had when they played Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers that were scorching hot, which is let it eat a little bit, man. Take off the training wheels, be aggressive. Let Bo Nix throw the football down the field. And when Sean Payton kind of plays that style, obviously knows like our defense, it's very good. It's probably going to get some hits, but Jacksonville might score 28 points. So let's go score 35.
Wow, fun.
Yeah, and that's kind of. I think this game's going to be that type of game, but I think the Broncos are actually going to win convincingly. Okay, now when I go back,
okay, let's get there. Okay,
when I go back to this penalty thing, this is a really interesting deal. So what's happening in the National Football League right now in terms of the game that we're watching?
Seattle's making a nice little comeback right now.
Well, just in terms of what these two teams are, what are their records?
They're both 11-3.
Both really good football teams, right?
Yes, yes, great game.
Both very good football teams, and there's relevance. What would you say is the second most, in terms of power rankings in the National Football League? What's the second best matchup in the NFL this weekend?
Oh, you got me on that. I'm not even quite sure. I don't know.
Well,
you tell me.
Give you a hint. We've been talking about it all week. On Altitude Sports Radio.
Okay.
It's the Jaguars and the Broncos, right? You're talking about a 12-2 team versus what? What's the what are they? 10-4.
10-4.
10-4. 12-2, 10-4. So essentially, they're basically the matchups in terms of average record for each team is the exact same as this massive Thursday night football game. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay. When I was at Stanford, we were Jim Harbaugh as head coach is 07. We were obsessed with penalties. We got to stay, we got to be, we got to make sure we're not penalized. I shared an office with a guy, and I kind of hate to admit it. Do you remember the guy that was Jim Harbaugh at Michigan's like quarterback coach, offensive coordinator that has been indicted by like the federal government, like FBI for some very inappropriate computer crimes? That's the guy.
Not sure on more, but yes, I forget his name.
His name is Matt Weiss. Okay. So Matt Weiss, it's a pretty tough situation. Okay. Matt Weiss he was a Vanderbilt student. He's brilliant, one of the best computer people I've ever been around. A very unique person, obviously. But I remember like he was talking, like he was looking at me one day and he goes, "We need to stop worrying so much about penalties. Penalties are good." And I go,
Talk to me.
He said, look at the top 10 currently in Division I college football in terms of most penalized football teams.
Okay.
The number one team in college football at the time was Pete Carroll's USC Trojans, who were perennial national champion contenders. You had at the time, Texas and Mac Brown's team was in the top 5. Like it was. So the point being is that really aggressive teams that play a contested style of defense, that are hitting, that are running around, flying around, typically to be highly penalized. So when you say the word sloppy, I would say you said the word sloppy about the Denver Broncos and the Jacksonville Jaguars, who are 31st and 32nd in the National Football League as the two most penalized teams in the National Football League. I would argue and say that that's actually the best record team in the National Football League at 31 out of 32 teams. And then that's also the resurgent AFC South leading in the playoffs. So I just now looked at the NFL stats on penalties. All right. Starting with number 23. Okay. All the way down to 32. These are playoff teams today. Chicago Bears, how are they doing? Are they division leader?
Yes.
They're 23rd in the NFL. Houston, where are they at right now?
Right behind Jacksonville, right there.
They're a playoff football team. The Philadelphia Eagles, just in terms of playoffs, where are they at?
They're there. They're a weird team, but they're there. They're leading the division. Yeah.
They're leading. They are a shoo-in for the, and then of course, then you got Denver and Jacksonville. So that is 5 of the 9 worst teams in pro football in terms of penalties are shoo-ins for the playoffs.
Fascinating. Right, interesting. Okay.
So when people want to throw out the stats about penalties, here's why the Broncos are so penalized. Because their damn pass rush is so good. They hit the quarterback a lot. So you're going to get something here and there. You're going to get the late hit. You're going to get this, that, and the other thing. You're going to get a hands to the face. You're aggressive. And then they play a ton of man coverage. And guess what? The number one penalty the Denver Broncos commit.
Pass
it's PI or it's illegal contact down the field. It was Riley Moss who leads the world in it. And then it was also PS2 since he's been back from his injury, right?
He's got a couple of them. Yep.
But that's part of playing aggressive football. So,
all right, good stuff. All right, Coach, when you put it all together and you mix it up in a bowl and you have to come up with a solution, what is your prediction for this week?
My prediction for this week is Denver Broncos 34, and it's going to be Jacksonville Jaguars 17. It's going to be a very convincing win, and I think this is going to be the game that the Broncos have been wanting to get back to offensively. Sunshine.
Wow.
Mr. Trevor Lawrence, the character Sunshine, has never seen a hit that he didn't want to take. When he gets hit hard. I think this is going to be that game where you get back to a 7-sack performance by this defensive front. They are going to hit Trevor Lawrence.
Coach, I hope you're right. I got the Broncos winning 27-26. I got a nail biter. And the spread is Broncos by 3, and I think that gets covered. I think this. I am the only reason I'm picking the Broncos here this week is because until a team proves they can beat Denver in Denver this year, then I'm always going to pick the Broncos. Okay, so but I got this tooth and nail, brother. I have this, and I will not be surprised whatsoever if this is the game that breaks the winning streak. So you and I are seeing this one a little bit different this week. That's for sure. Yeah. We are. We're seeing it. You're saying Lawrence will come back to the
Seattle's
odd.
going to have a chance to tie this bad boy up, huh?
6:23 to go. Nice little comeback. They'll obviously go for 2. Darnold with the laser. 2. Is that a tight end? That's got to be a tight end there.
AJ Barner, yeah.
Yeah,
Barner.
look at that. Their uniforms are like Oregon's.
I know. I feel like I'm watching Bo Nix back in 2022.
What is? Wow.
I don't really get this.
Those
this
are
uniform.
direct ripoffs of Oregon right there.
Yeah, it's strange. It's weird when you're the National Football League and you're swagger jacking a Pacific Northwest team. So
Crazy.
DMac, so when the Jaguars when the Jaguars got beat by the Rams 35-7, and the Jaguars dropped to 4-3.
Yeah.
And then they squeaked out one against the Raiders by 1 point.
In overtime.
Got beat by the Texans by 7. And then at that point in time, the Jaguars are a 5-4 football team.
Garbage. Hot garbage.
Okay.
And, well, you want to keep going? What happened then?
The biggest outcome for sure is that they obliterated the Los Angeles Superchargers 35-6. Then they beat the lowly hapless Arizona Cardinals, who are probably going to fire their head coach, Jonathan Gannon. They beat the lowly hapless Tennessee Titans. They beat the Daniel Jones-less Indianapolis Colts. They beat the absolute worst New York Jets team. Well, they're basically like they always are. 48
bro.
20.
But you got to talk about the throws Trevor Lawrence was making in those games, my fine feathered friend. And I gotcha. You beat those teams. But you destroyed them as well, and you destroyed them early, and you destroyed them with a variety of ways, my fine feathered friend. I'm telling you, man. Listen, I hope you're right. I hope Trevor Lawrence gets hit. I hope he fumbles. I hope he gives it up. He throws interceptions, and it's the Trevor Lawrence we've been looking at for more or less the past, more or less 5 years. I hope you are correct. But that's why my big question to you as we started, and we'll probably end it here, are we playing Trevor Lawrence historically, or how Trevor Lawrence is doing now? Or if it's Trevor Lawrence now, we're seeing fake Trevor Lawrence is kind of what you're saying.
We're seeing on Sunday at Empower Field, we're seeing Trevor Lawrence against a world-class defense on the road.
Okay.
And you haven't seen that in the last 4 weeks.
I'm still predicting a Broncos win, but by the skin of their teeth. And you're saying this would be
Mac, you're on this like Trevor Lawrence glazing session, brother.
I am.
This is like your week to just glaze Trevor Lawrence.
Because I'm blown away impressed by Trevor Lawrence these days. And listen, if I
by
look
these
like
days, you're talking about the last 4 games.
Yes.
Which were against the Titans.
Okay.
All right.
Cool. We'll see.
Cool, Carl.
We shall see. And
Cardinals too.
This is making me sound as if like I'm rooting for Trevor Lawrence and against the Broncos. Not true.
You've never made a bold take before and rooted for it to happen. I've never seen that before.
Listen, if I'm sitting there and they're putting Trevor Lawrence down like a sick calf, like you're insinuating they will, I'll be happy.
Trevor Lawrence is gonna get hit. He's gonna get hit. He's gonna get hit.
Okay.
I mean, like,
all right.
He is going to get hit. Like, have you looked at?
Okay. All right.
The Jacksonville Jaguars depth chart, offensive line wise. Okay. Is this an elite? Do you think this is an elite offensive line?
The Jags? No, it's good though.
Okay.
I mean, they're literally they're good. They're good.
Walker Little, left tackle, questionable. Ezra Cleveland, left guard, questionable. Robert Hainsey, center. We recruited him at Notre Dame. Good player. Right guard, Patrick McCarry. Right tackle, Anton Harrison. Okay. All right. Ezra Cleveland, a Boise State Bronco, by the way. Pretty awesome.
There you go.
So, yep.
All right. You got a blowout. I got a nail biter. We both have Broncos wins.
I got a close game. I got close game until the middle of the third quarter, and the Broncos are going to just pull away.
Okay. This is the team that is the most capable. All right. Let me give you one quick one.
Reversed right now. Did you see this? This 2-point conversion was reversed. It was deemed to be a fumble, and then they ran it in. They originally on the field. This is unbelievable.
What? Oh, it was definitely a backwards pass.
It was a backwards pass.
Backwards pass.
God, that's close, man. Holy
Okay,
smokes.
that's a fumble right there.
And then
That's
they're
a
just
fumble.
kind of, and then he just picks
And
it
he
up.
just picks it up.
haphazardly, and now the game's tied.
There it
Holy,
is. Yeah.
holy Zach Charbonnet.
That's awesome.
Oh
By
my
the way, how
gosh.
often do you coach your players? How often do you coach your players if the ball's lying on the ground, dive on it no matter what?
It caught me one time, man, at Western Kentucky. I coached it, and then a freshman playing for us at WKU. We threw a backward swing screen. He pretended like it was an incompletion, and the team we were playing picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown. And the refs never blew the whistle. It's the worst feeling in my life as a coach. So I needless to say, I say it a lot. I talk about it a lot.
You say it a lot. Does it blow you away? And this does happen to me as a baseball guy. When I see things that happen on a major league level that a 12-year-old should understand, it does blow me away that it happens on a professional level. And,
I've always said, man, everything like that, it catches up to you when it catches up to you, right?
Yeah.
That's what I always say.
All right, I'll let you go. I'll let myself go. We'll watch the end of the Nuggets game. I've been losing track on what's going on there, actually. Let's see.
I haven't, because the Denver Nuggets, they're up 110-91 against the good Orlando Magic team.
Well, that is impressive because they were down by like 14-17 or something early in this game, by the way.
It was not great early, man. It was not great whatsoever.
That's an impressive win for them tonight.
Jamal Murray is on a heater right now, man. Jamal Murray has shot 6 3-pointers, 6 of 10. And Cam Johnson's having a really good basketball game. 11 rebounds, 14 points.
Wow.
Cam Johnson's net is plus 31 on the game.
They're playing Pickett tonight too a little bit. They're getting him in the mix. So for whatever that's worth. Tomorrow you'll be on Morning Sprint, correct?
I will, and I'll also be back on. I think we're going to be at Lazy Dog with Nate and Andy. I think it's in Highlands Ranch, if I'm not mistaken. So I might be there, and I might just hang out for a while because hey, DMac, you're going to love this.
Yeah.
I'm having a Christmas party tomorrow night with some of our favorite friends.
Who's
Anne Marie, my wife.
All right.
Set up a little Christmas party with Corey Rose and her husband and Jordan Chavez, and
I'm
his
left
partner.
out. Okay. Well, all right.
I might share my location with you.
I just said I felt like I was part of the 9 News family, but they haven't asked me to do a hit with them in the morning in like forever. So
there might be reasons for that, DMac. I'm kidding. There's no reason for that. There's no reason.
And I don't even get invited to the. By the way, I missed you at our Christmas party. Like I can't believe
I was at the one last night.
How did I miss you? How did I miss you and Anne?
I was there from about 5:30 till about 10 o'clock at night, 10:30.
Oh, wow. Oh, did it go that late?
Oh, I mean, yeah, there were a few of us that went late. It was a lot of fun.
Wow. Oh,
yeah.
Well, we got out. Oh, we were there at the same time. I don't know how I missed you, but I got out of there around 6 or so. Again, this is the kid coming back from Boulder. Like that was a weird night last night. Like I'm talking to him.
Man.
He's there's no power. He had no power in his apartment in Boulder. And I was just like, well, why don't you just come home? And he did. So we're at the party. I'm coming home. He never come. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm a little sorry I didn't. 10 o'clock. Wow. Okay.
I did. I actually did my Boise State football podcast from the studio from the party. It was a lot of fun.
That's a riot. That's funny.
I stuck away, did it. So.
All right, let's get out of here and watch the rest of this game. The Nuggets are going to roll. We'll see you tomorrow. I'm actually doing the 6 to 7 thing.
You're doing the appetizer, baby. Let's go.
I'm doing the appetizer and then the regular show and yada yada yada. And we'll be back on. What's that?
Noon to 3. Have we decided, DMac, what we're doing Altitude After Dark on Christmas Day?
Listen. I don't have my kids are 25 and 23.
Okay.
I'm available, so that is a let's do like,
why don't we do an 8:30 show?
I mean, that's fine by me.
30-minute recap show on about, God, who the heck knows what the game's going to be like, man. It's going to be
against
wild,
the Chiefs. Yeah. Well, I'm more than happy to do it. It's absolutely your call.
Let's do it.
Okay. Oh, all right. Okay. All right. Sounds good. We could do that.
Give the people what they want, man. Give the freaking people what they want.
I'll do it from home, and then I'll go down to the Drunk Fest that will be Ball Arena for the
Oh, that'd be so
basketball
fun.
game.
What
No,
time's that game going to be?
God, I thought it was a late
5?
start. I'll tell you this: a couple years ago, their Christmas night game against the Suns. That's when AG posterized Shamit in overtime. It's one of the most iconic sort of like moments. Mike, it was Christmas night. The game didn't start till 8:30.
This game starts at 8:30.
Okay, I'm telling you, a couple
So
years ago.
we'll have to do our show like at 7:30.
That's fine. That's fine. It was the most hammered crowd I'd ever seen in my life on Christmas. I've never seen anything like it. It was, I mean, listen, again, it's Christmas night, so whatever. But apparently a lot of people, Mike, a lot of people drink on Christmas and then go watch the Nuggets. I'm just saying, it was like that. It was awesome, actually. It was one of the best Nuggets games I've ever been at on Christmas. So round 2, we'll see. Who are they playing? It's like Minnesota or something? It's somebody good, right?
Yeah, they're playing Ann Edwards, man.
Yeah.
Playing the old crew, the old posse.
All right, we'll talk to you tomorrow. We'll be back 8:30 on Sunday. We'll also all be on Altitude TV right after the game. And so we got tons of Broncos coverage for you. Tons and tons and tons. This is a great one, man. This is a great one. Four to go, tied at 30.
It's literally what it's all about, man. This is
everything's on the line. It's
you know what?
absolutely awesome.
We're gonna see a great football game tomorrow night with Alabama and Oklahoma. It's just going to be great. It's a college football playoff game in Norman, Oklahoma, on December freaking 19th. That is so cool.
Yeah, I'm dying for that James Madison, Oregon game too.
Oh yeah.
We'll see everybody later.
Duval.